Hi there again. So again, I've got this nice little 3D printer on my workbench. It's an AnyCube. Now this is an out of production model in 2023. We're going to go ahead, and I've already unboxed it. I had an unboxing video earlier. Now I'm going to try and do a little bit of assembly with it. Now I am brand new to this, so you may want to go to another another YouTuber and check out maybe their assembly process with it. It might be a little more detailed. And I'll leave a couple of links to the ones that I reviewed prior to putting it together. But it seemed pretty straightforward, so I figured might as well try and shoot it. I've got the camera mounted on my bench. So we'll see where we're at. I will apologize for maybe a little bit of a lingering in between, I guess, the build. Main reason being is I'm not going to edit this. This is just going to be a straightforward kind of shoot as I'm doing it. I might stop in the middle to take a break, but other than that, kind of a real-time item. So bear with me on that one. I'm not a huge production guy when it comes to the back end with editing and fancy fades and cue the music stuff. So think of this as the old school channel. What do you have back in the day? Channel 47, informative community television. So think of it like that. Really bad production quality and bad acting. Well, I think probably good acting, but I'm probably biased on that one. But let's get rolling. So we've got this little cellophane wrapper all over it. And again, I've already taken it out of the box. I pulled all the equipment out that it came with, which was very impressive. And again, review the unboxing video for that. We'll see how much of that we actually need. I did pick up a little toolkit because I thought that I would probably need a specialty screwdriver or a fitting or anything along that line. This is from the Dollarama store. You might have a Dollar Tree. I think they all sell the same package. This one here is $4.50 in 2023. I know it's been cheaper in the past. I bought a few of these, and of course what happens when you have Dollar Tree or Dollarama tools is you'll lose half the package or you'll forget where you put it and you just go buy another one, right? So again, not a big deal there, but just in case I need it. Now, it did come with a little manual. But of course, being a typical hobbyist, I am probably not going to use this as a reference. I've already watched 3 or 4 videos on the old internet there, which of course makes me a complete expert on this product now. That would be a bit of a joke, so I'm just making fun of that. I'm in the automotive end of it as far as what I do for a living, so a lot of times I'll get people in that need to get service work on their car or their vehicle, and they'll say they've gone through the YouTube experience as well on a 4-hour job and it's been edited down to 15. And that's my rant right there, so I do apologize. So I just did the exact same thing that happens to me on a regular basis. Now there were some cautionary tales that were on the old internet there. So this does have some strapping on it, and the strapping looks awfully similar to the actual belts that drive this unit. So there was a real cautionary note there to look for the belt. And, oh, that's heavy. And make sure not to cut it thinking that it's the item there to hold the piece together, because it's not. It'll be a big nightmare. Apparently, according to some of the posts on Reddit, I think that's what it was. Apparently, it's pretty common to mistake that for a strap. So, this is your drive belt here. It's right beside the controller, and you've got a power source as well. So again, I do apologize if I don't know all the terminology when it comes to the components of a 3D printer. We got some loose cables here as well, so we're not going to cut these. I think that's pretty clear. You can see we've got one rather large tie down here. And I'm going to turn it around because it seems to be, as it always would be, on the side that I don't have access to. So I think that's actually how it's going to sit on the bench when it's all assembled. Now, I'm probably going to build a table, standalone, with two little either rubber feet attached to the base or two little shocks attached to each leg. I don't know how much vibration this machine creates or how much noise it creates. There's been some notes online that apparently this is fairly loud, but again, I can't speak to that because I haven't got it up and running yet. And if it does get to be a louder machine because of the age or because of the construction of it, I think putting it on its own separate table with a little rubber insulator, and again also rubber insulator in the legs itself, I think it'll probably solve a lot of those issues, because I find that on heavy machine components at work, if they're not properly insulated, it's not that they make a lot of noise, it's that they resonate. So because of that, they tend to make noise through the table or they make noise to their surroundings. So I think doing that will probably solve those issues that I've read on. So it looks like okay, so again, very good strapping. Like, there we go. Today we were using a set of stainless steel snippers. Main reason being is I could use an X-Acto knife as well, but you do run the risk of cutting yourself. So this is almost child safe to a certain extent. Again, acting like a child. And these scissors were actually from, where did I get these ones from? Dollarama. So again, a little plug there. Dollarama, I think, is a Canadian version of the dollar store or Dollar Tree that you have in the States. Okay, so that is a really good quality piece of strap. So I will hold that and probably reuse it for packaging or something else. And it is reusable. So set that down. Oh no, it's not. I cut the wrong end. So again, wasteful. What are you going to do? Okay, so we got this little guy here. We got another one which holds. So that one held the actual bed down and in position. And this one holds the actual rail under the bed. And this one's a little harder to get at, so we're going to put it up on its side. The back side of the machine, and I'm actually very impressed with the general finish on it. It's just a little one, so again 9 inches. So taking a look here, everything seems to be properly enclosed, no issues from that standpoint. All the wiring is very well positioned. Looks like there's some real thought involved as far as the quality control is concerned on this machine. So very impressive for the period it comes from. And again, I've got another one here on the back side. It seems to be, again, locking that tray and also giving support to the unit itself or its underlying components. So I think during shipping, just to eliminate the box got bumped around, this wouldn't have anything as far as rattling is concerned. So again, nicely done. Okay, so not the best working surface. This is my desk that I usually use for artwork, and how do I describe this? It's from IKEA. It's a nice whiteboard. Essentially, these are about $45. Good value from that standpoint. I like them because they're lightweight and they're easy to work with. I'm in an apartment, so moving things in and out can be a bit of a hassle. I've got a couple legs on this and some rolling baskets. So again, a nice little piece, but it is a little slick for assembling components. And this is pretty big. So now it's got these nice little rubber footings underneath as well. So it seems to lock it in. Again, that might be that discussion I had about vibration and transfer or the sounds. So that may help out a lot, but I'm thinking I'm going to put a rubber mat on this table, or again, if I build my own table to go with this, I'll probably end up butchering or grabbing a rubber mat or a yoga mat. I find yoga mats, as strange as it sounds, because of the way they're constructed, they have a foam inner core and they seem to be sealed at the top. If you cut them down and double up, they seem to do really well when it comes to eliminating sound transfer. So just a nice little cheap little note if you're out there and you're going to do it yourself and you're looking for where do I get those pads. Cheap yoga mat from the dollar store, or Dollar Tree, or Dollarama works. They don't have to be really wide. You can double them up if you need to. I usually double them up so you get a little extra mass to it. So let's have a little look. So hot surface. So this is a hotbed, which again, very nice. And this one here is paper can be used for manually leveling. So we need to hold on to this, and it seems to be quite nice. So good little reference guide. So I've got a little board here. I'm going to just put it on my wall. So again, something I can use later on. And it makes mention here about the zip tie, so it does give you a little listing of the three to cut. And it does have a little note there. Do not cut your belt. Actually, it doesn't. It has 1, 2, 3. Oh, I can see where that could be confusing. So yeah, I see why the reviews are like that. So you're cutting 3, 2, but you're not cutting this one. So this guy here is your drive belt. So old school. So yeah, we're not gonna worry too much about that one. So leave that one alone. It would be nice. I guess they're not making this anymore. So I guess a reference point as far as construction is concerned is to maybe label that. I don't know. That would be kind of a quick little twist tie, maybe just something there to say, hey, don't touch this. But I'm sure that most people read the directions and go through the process as far as what they're concerned. So the texture is really good. I do like that. And it is a glass bed, so we get a nice little feature there. You got some wiring coming off it. So let's see. So in our little kit, let's go to the direction book. Okay, so installation guide. So we're going to do the frame first. So we've got a couple little screws here to work with. So again, in the unboxing video, I pulled these out already. So we're going to need the frame supports. And again, they've got the screws attached to the side there. These are the little guys they're recommending right now. So we're going to need this with a spring washer. It's got the spring washer in there. And again, we've got an Allen key that we're going to need for that. And this is why I picked up this little guy. Mainly because those little Allen keys that they got, they don't look like they're going to, they'll probably do the job, but bigger, better. Doesn't take much to get a better working tool. So again, it does come with these little sockets. Now, I will probably never use these. And these are not really meant for mechanical purposes. I think these are just kind of designed for light electronics, or if you had a rack or something along that line out of aluminum you're using to put a server on. I think these would be fine, but if you're going to do anything under the hood of a car, I think these would immediately break. So just be aware of that. Again, you paid, I paid $4.50 for the entire kit. So sometimes these parts get tossed into a drawer and never get used. So just be aware of that. Okay, so there we go. A little adapter for that. And I'm really amazed when it comes to vacuum sealed packaging, the attention that's done to it. Sometimes the packaging itself is a better tolerance than the tools. Yeah. But I think that can be said for Princess Auto or anywhere else, as far as the value points are concerned. So again, no editing, so we're just doing kind of like a rambling process on packaging things. That's kind of nice. Sounds like a fireplace.